Alrighty, so I looked and looked and looked on Google trying to find a fix for this. Hopefully this reaches out to and finds anybody that's having the same problem as I am. I have the Braun Series 5 clean station for Braun Series 5 shavers. And here's what happened. So I didn't use this for a couple months. Actually didn't take out the solution from it. And basically moved it around, didn't really think about it. And I want to say I remember I tipped it over one day, saw that there was the solution still in it and it was leaking. I took the solution out, put it back away. Didn't think about it. And then I went back to go try this out again because I was barely getting used to using my shaver and all that good stuff. So decided to give it another shot. Long story short, I plugged this thing in, charged up the shaver, went to go use it, and what happened was I would push this button to turn it on. It would blink white for about 2 seconds, and then a red light would come on. Normally what that means is that the empty light would come on. So what I did was I said, okay, well, let me go get a new thing of solution. So I went and got a new thing of solution, cartridges, plugged it in, made sure it was high enough. It was obviously a brand new bottle. I was still getting the red light. It just would, every single time it would say there's no solution. So what I did was I decided to go ahead and take it apart and see what was going on. So people that are curious to see how it actually works, right down here where I started, the red wire and the white wire right here is actually how it's got two sensors that go down into the pump itself, which is the tube right down here. There's two sensors or two probes right down in here that when the motor kicks on, it sucks up the solution and shoots it into the shaver, obviously through this hole here. So I wanted to make sure that the motor was working. So what I did was I actually took my screwdriver. It is not high voltage, so don't worry about hurting yourself. Just make sure you're obviously not touching the metal itself. But what I did was I contacted both of these pins to simulate a working signal. And what happened was the shaver has to be in here in order for it to work. But what happened was the shaver actually turned on. The shaver turned on, simulating that there's fluid, and it turned itself on. Well, it ran for a couple seconds and then it turned itself off because it then sensed that there was no liquid actually cleaning the shaver, so it turned itself off again. So what that tells me is that the probes work, which means the board is getting a signal saying the probes work, obviously. So the next step is to get under here and find the motor that runs the propeller that goes into here. So I am going to make a second video explaining how it entails to take it apart, and my journey along with my wife that actually found the damn thing to replace the motor.